All right. Hey YouTube, I'm Lucky, and today's Thursday, so it's time to cover the big Twab news. And this week's Twab is actually a really good one, especially for weapons. They talk a little bit about Season 17 weapons that are arriving, and there looks like there's some really interesting weapons coming in Season 17. Some god rolls that will be definitely worth chasing and grinding for in a variety of different playlists. So looking forward to that. We'll jump right into that in just a moment. Before we do so, though, we're actually going to cover the Guardian Games updates that they're doing, and it's actually a pretty hefty update. And Guardian Games has been, not the most exciting event in Destiny 2 in past years, but this year actually seems a little bit more promising and has a little more potential than previous years. So let's go ahead and jump right into that real quick. We have Guardian Games and Beyond. Of course, this is a free-to-play activity. Of course, we're going for class versus class versus class, Titans, Hunters, Warlocks, and we'll see who wins. You're going to get medallions based on activity completion. So basically just play the activity as you like, and you'll be able to bank the medallions. The more challenging the activity, the more higher rewarding the medallion will be, etc. And then obviously there's going to be some new stuff here. We have a training and competitive playlist with this, going along with this. So from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it'll be a training playlist. And then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it'll be a competitive playlist. And apparently there's going to be, and then you can also apply these buffs to the Vanguard Ops playlist. So seems a bit nuanced, but, they're trying to, make it a little more intricate how Guardian Games functions in the game. There will still be some catch-up mechanics based on previous scores from last year. So there'll be an element of just sort of randomness and chaos to who will be winning at any given day. But it does seem like they're putting in a little bit of better effort to make Guardian Games an actual fun seasonal activity. We'll go on to the next. And then new bounties have been thrown in for this year's festivities to help players feel inspired to engage in the Guardian Games Strike and Battlegrounds playlists. And then obviously you have the SMG to grind for. And this SMG will actually be potentially a meta SMG because it's void, and its origin trait is kills give ability energy. So its origin trait, from what it would seem like, would probably be either Wellspring or maybe a more diluted version of Wellspring, which actually sounds really good if that's the way that works. This might be the new Funnel Web, or better than Funnel Web potentially. We'll see if that's the case after this weapon goes live in the game, but definitely exciting to see that because an SMG that just gives you a ton of ability energy sounds really promising, honestly. You've got the emblem that you can go for, and then obviously the new thing they added as well, they talked about if you finish in the top 10 percentile, you're rewarded an emblem. So like your time investment is rewarded much more now than ever before. So basically, if you go out there and you're really trying to get, let's say you want Warlocks to win, Hunters to win, Titans, whatever, if you really go out there and actually invest your time and like bank these medals, you should be rewarded with, good loot with the SMG, the Heir Apparent Catalyst dropping as well, and you should get options for like some cool emblems and stuff be rewarded at a later time if you're in the top 10 percentile. So it actually seems really exciting, and I'm kind of excited to see what this Guardian Games looks like. And I wasn't really excited prior to this. I was like, oh yeah, Guardian Games, whatever. But so there's a lot of nuanced stuff to here, and I'm going to move past a good amount of this and get into the meat and potatoes, the stuff that I really want to talk about, which are the weapons coming next season. We have this machine gun here. You can see you've got the Vanguard, the Gambit, and the Crucible variations of those ornaments and stuff. So that's pretty exciting. This machine gun is called the Chain of Command. We don't know what its perks are going to be, how good it's going to be. Machine guns are getting a 40% damage buff, I believe, to like PvE combatants, and then 20% to bosses. So if Bungie is trying to do things right and keep the community really interested in next season's weaponry, this thing should be like really good. This should be like meta or near meta. Or if it's not meta, then it would be maybe really fun to use. Like maybe it has certain perks and combinations that make it really fun to use. So fingers crossed that this is actually really good and worth using. It would seem that way, though, because Bungie is buffing machine guns so much next season. And then they have new playlist weapons here. In the Crucible, there's going to be the Riptide Fusion Rifle, so that's going to be crazy. If there's a Crucible-specific fusion rifle, I imagine this is probably going to be the best fusion rifle in the game. Not always the case. For example, the Crisis Inverted came out. It's a Crucible hand cannon, but the Cantata outclasses it. For whatever reason, they came out at the same time. They're both ARC 140 RPM hand cannons, but we'll see if this is the best fusion in the game. If not, this is something that will be dropping from Crucible completions. We have the Deadweight Shotgun. We'll see what archetype that is and how good that is coming from Gambit. And then we have the Strident Whistle Bow from Vanguard. So we'll see what rolls we can get on that. It would be interesting. For the Nightfall drops, This is an exciting one. We have the Horror's Lease pulse rifle coming back, which is a really good pulse rifle, definitely worth grinding. And then we have the DFA hand cannon, which is also a really good weapon. So that actually seems really promising to have those return back into the loot pools with new randomized rolls. We've never seen the DFA with randomized rolls, but depending upon what perks it can roll with, could be a really, really good hand cannon inside PvE or PvP for that matter. In Trials of Osiris, we have the Forgiveness sidearm. So that's a brand new sidearm. I don't think that's ever been in the game. I don't think that was a thing in D1. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. And then we have the Burden of Guilt fusion rifle. So we have a fusion rifle in Trials and a fusion rifle in Crucible. So looking like fusions are going to be extra potent next season, you know? And then we have the Messenger Pulse Rifle and Shire's Wrath will be leaving Season 17 pool. We already knew about this, but clarification. Make sure to get a Messenger and a Shire if you haven't already. So that's pretty exciting stuff right there. Season 16's weapons will be shifting over into the standard loot pools with the Crisis Inverted Hand Cannon in Crucible and the Herod C Auto Rifle and Gambit and the Vanguard Shotgun Fortissimo 11. We'll have more to share about Season 17 close to launch date. So some pretty exciting stuff there. We have the player support report. We have the movie of the week. We have the artist of the week. Oh, that's a pretty cool tattoo. I like that. Got some more art here. And then they talk about the Bungie Foundation strikes again. They talk about all of the money they raised for the Ronald McDonald House. It's pretty impressive. We got $306,000 and it equates to 10,000 nights for families to stay in a safe and welcoming environment. So that's really awesome to see in all the charity work by Bungie and by the Destiny community as well. And so we've got updates on that. And then the last thing they talk about is that we are going to be able to vote for the Trials map. So you have 3 different map options here, and you can vote for whichever one you think would be best. Hint, vote for Altar of Flame here in the middle, please. Oh, dear God, I did not want this one or this one. But Altar of Flame would be I'm trying to nudge you in that direction, but vote for whichever one you like, really. And the poll will decide which Trials map will be brought into rotation. So keep that in mind. You get the choice to vote for the Trials maps, so that way there's hopefully, in quotations, less complaints, but as we know, everyone's going to be salty no matter what, because there will be 66% of the community that didn't get their map that they wanted, and it is what it is in the end. But overall, looking like a pretty awesome TWAB. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Which weapon are you most excited for Season 17? And are you going to be grinding out Guardian games? If you are, which class do you want to win Guardian games? Go ahead and comment that down below. And make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you did enjoy. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.